Sometimes our husbands will be making decisions or starting to act in a certain way that we think, this is probably not a good pattern, a good way to be moving. This might not be the best path for you to be moving on. And it might not be that they're actually like engrossed in some kind of huge sin, just that you're kind of concerned like this behavior doesn't seem to actually be representative of Christ. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, now what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be the one that's saying, hey, let me correct you? That's usually not the best approach. So I found two things to be super helpful if you kind of feel like your husband's heading down the wrong path. One, pray. Pray for the Holy Spirit to convict your husband. The Holy Spirit is described as a counselor, our counselor. So the Holy Spirit can counsel your husband. And the Holy Spirit, one of its jobs is to convict. In fact, in John 16, Jesus is talking about the Holy Spirit's going to come to us, and he says when he comes, he will convict the world of sin and righteousness and judgment. So ask the Holy Spirit to convict your husband if he's indeed headed down the wrong path. But secondly, if after prayer you feel like you really are supposed to maybe gently bring this up with him, the key is to gently bring this up with him and in a super humble, loving, tender posture. That's the only way that your husband would be able to receive any counsel from you. Not from you going, blah, 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 let me tell you what you're doing wrong. So what I find to be really effective is if again, after praying, I feel like I am supposed to maybe say a little something to my husband, I will come to him gently. Maybe while he's sitting in his office chair or maybe he's sitting on the couch, I will come to him and I will just kind of kneel down beside him and maybe lay my arms on his knees so I'm looking up at him, which is a very humble posture, and then very quietly, tenderly, gently, I will speak words that are words of life, saying, this is the man that I see that you are. You are a godly man. And I feel like maybe you're just a little off course here. This is not who you are. You are a godly man. You are a man after God's own heart. See, speaking words of life, reminding him that he is being transformed into Christ's image and reminding him of what Christ is like. For instance, in Psalm 103, God describes himself this way. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love. And I'll remind my husband and say, you know what? You're being transformed into Christ likeness. You are growing in graciousness. You're growing more compassionate. You're going to be less likely to be angry quickly. And you're going to be abounding in love. That is who you are. That is who you are. When I speak words like that to my husband, in a tender, gentle, loving way, those are words he can receive. And it really starts from having a very humble, tender posture.